Right, I'm not going to keep y'all long. So, a lot of people are feeling away because Kai Cenat came out and said that he was struggling with his mental health. One, I think that's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. A lot of people are online. You can look it up. People are saying, oh, I don't understand how a millionaire is stressed out, a multimillionaire, how he gets his money. I don't understand how he's stressed, yada, yada, yada. Rich people are a lot of times some of the most stressed out people. People act like money is the only thing to be stressed out about. Money, more problems. People say that all the time and it's real. But away from the money aspect, none of us are that famous. So we cannot imagine what that type of pressure that he has a job where he has to be on 24/7. Being a celebrity, a socialite, an influencer, all those things, especially to that level, people expect you to be on all the time. And especially to his persona, he's high energy, he's all those types of things. That's a lot of pressure to be that all the time. Remember when he had that interaction with Wale, and Wale was feeling some type of way because he didn't know who he was. He got all that slack for genuinely just being a younger person who didn't know who Wale was at the time. That's tough. He's put in a position where he's expected to do everything right, know everything. When somebody comes and interacts with him, he has to always be kind and friendly. Like Anthony Mackie's been drugged through the mud multiple times because he's been bothered and interrupted while he was just in the middle doing normal things. And he's not the type of celebrity where he's just going to be all up in your face, smiley pictures, ha ha ha, all the time when he's trying to have dinner. And a lot of celebrities are like that. And I'm speaking from a place of someone who worked in restaurants for well over a decade, closer to 2 decades, and has served countless celebrities. I used to go to the gym with Kanye West. I've gone to the gym. I lived in apartment complexes with celebrities. I lived in a city where I saw celebrities on pretty much a daily basis. But I bring up going to the gym with Kanye. So I think I want to say maybe around like 2017, 2018, I used to have a membership at Equinox in, where was I living? Okay, yeah. So I had a membership at Equinox in Encino, and Kanye used to go there. I remember seeing him, several times, but I remember every single time I saw Kanye, he always looked so stressed, so sad, so miserable. I'm not putting that on him because I don't know how he feels, but that's what his demeanor said. And the few times we've interacted, I could just tell by his energy that he wasn't very happy. And when I sit back and think like, wow, what must that feel like to be in a position like Casanat or Kanye or one of these people? It must be really hard because when you're that level of famous, when you're famous in general, people kiss your butt. People kiss your butt real hard. And sorry, I'm just trying to stay on track because it's just always so many thoughts going through my head because like that's one reason why I have no desire to watch the Diddy documentary because I just understand when you hit a certain level of fame, it's hard to know who's real and who's not, and it's hard to have people around you that are going to be honest with you. Everybody around you, because of who you are, is not being real with you. They're going to tell you what you want to hear. Nobody's there to hold you accountable, keep you in check. No one's there to be a real friend to you. Everybody feels like, even if it's not true, but it always feels like everyone is out to get you. That's how I would imagine it feels like to be a Kai Cenat or a Kanye or just a famous person, especially a highly famous person. Um, it's just hard, especially if you haven't built your foundation in your community and your core strongly before you got famous. It would be hard to know who's genuine. That's why I always said, like, if I were to ever become famous, which I really have no desire, but when I was younger, and thought that way, I thought, man, if I ever were to become famous, I pray that I find my husband and my friends and my partners and my core, my community before I get on. Because once you get on, it's you never know what's real. You could have somebody real, but there's no way of fully knowing for sure, because now you are who you are. He's Kai Sanat. He never probably knows who's genuine and who's not. And even people who are genuine, still they're looking at you knowing, hey, you're Kai Sanat. I'm not going to talk to you or treat you the way I would if you weren't this figure, if you were still who you were before you were famous. Like, and it's also hard from the level of, they always say that it's not about the destination, it's about the journey. When you've reached this level of fame and success, it's difficult because the journey is complete. I mean, it's never fully complete because, of course, he has still has goals and dreams, but the success is already achieved. It's done. He's so young. He's in his 20s. I think he's like 24 or something like that. He's made it. So when you've reached that level of success at such a young age, what excites you anymore? What do you crave? What do you desire? And even the goals that he spoke about that he has is not the same as when you're coming up and trying to make it. That level and that journey of you getting to that place, there's nothing more beautiful and more enjoyable as coming up with your friends and doing those small things. It's like now when you have so much money and so many things, it's just not as exciting anymore. And I'm sure he's suffered a lot of loss along the way. I'm sure he's lost friends, he's lost family members. I'm sure he's lost, relationships, just tons of things. I could just think of so many things that could possibly um, be going on with his mental health as well as other celebrities. Um, it just must be so much pressure, and I have so much empathy for him. And the conspiracy theorist in me, I'm always like, well, he could be under MK Ultra training. Like, it could be anything, but if it is at its core what he says it is, which is he's struggling with his mental health, I pray that we can soften our hearts and be more understanding and not say, oh, just because someone is rich, we gaslight them and act like everything in their life is perfect. Yes, you and I, us regular, normal, day to day people, our obstacles are money in a lot of places. We're having financial troubles, and we have financial obligations that we're trying to meet. But that doesn't take away that people where finances isn't their problem, that they don't have struggles too. Everybody has struggles. I don't care who you are. And in today's climate, especially, lots of people's mental health is being pushed because there's so much more to life and so many more things to worry about than just money. So let's not gaslight one another, especially because we talk so rough and so bad about one another, especially our celebrities. But then when something happens to them, we're the main ones trying to give them their flowers after they're gone. Let's treat people and love people while they're here. Let's give people their flowers and support them and be positive and not question and gaslight their feelings while they're here. Let's be good people. I love y'all so much. I will talk to you all soon.